Greetings, how y'all doing? Offering you some positive vibes and positive energy by way of offering my 2 cents. This week started to think about some stuff about withdrawals. So when we're talking about withdrawals, you cannot withdraw something that you didn't necessarily put in. You can't get money out of a bank if you didn't put money into a bank. And it's the same way if you didn't put into yourself, if you didn't put into education, if you didn't put into spirituality, if you didn't put into knowledge, you cannot get out. So oftentimes you wonder why people make certain statements, or when you offer them or you ask their advice, they give you their version of what that is. But you could only get out of them what they put in. If they put in power, young and restless, negativity, when you ask their opinion, that's exactly what you get out of them. So don't be surprised of the withdrawals that you actually get out of people if, one, you didn't put anything into them, or two, they didn't put anything into themselves. Another context I was thinking about is often the test of life. Oftentimes people tend to think that the test was actually invented to break them. But when looking at a test is actually designed to show you where your weak areas are. While I was doing ROTC, we went through the accreditation process, and it's a fun process to kind of go through. But it gave me the opportunity to write syllabuses, create tests, and the test was basically to measure if our intent was met. The test was created to let those students know where exactly their weak areas are. So when going through your test of life, the test is not necessarily meant to break you, but to show you where those weak areas are. And if you find yourself continue going through the same thing, is that you're not paying attention to the lessons learned from those tests. You're not going through the revision process to strengthen your weak areas, which is why these things are going to keep happening to you repeatedly. You have to learn those lessons. You can't take 201 if you didn't master 101. All right, so lessons on tests. And another big one that you have to be extremely conscious of is the subconscious. Everything that you expose yourself to, every person that you expose yourself to comes into you, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. But the subconscious is the one that I actually want to kind of talk about. Everything from conversations, everything from music, everything from people comes into your system. So we have to be better filters of the things that we expose to, because oftentimes people wonder, hey, why they think this way, or why certain things come out of their mouth. Is subconsciously these things get into their system, and at the moment, if you subconsciously put in these things into your system, eventually it comes into your conscience. You listen to negative music first thing in the morning, negative thoughts are going to come. It's the same context when they talk about why it's beneficial, for kids to listen to classical music, even from in the stomach. That positive vibes going into the subconscious often, they say, increases intellect. So on various levels, you definitely have to be conscious of, one, the people that you're exposed to, and the things that you're entering into your subconscious. That's my 2 cents. What is yours?